Mixed numbers and improper fractions are two ways of representing the same information. So we should be able to convert between them and know what they're talking about, what they're trying to tell us. A mixed number has a mixture of a whole number and a proper fraction. Remember, a proper fraction has a smaller numerator than denominator. And that denotes to us that we've got a whole number and then a part thereof, the next thing, and the parts are divided into fifths. So an improper fraction like 15 over 4 tells us that there are, let's see, if we have 15 fourths, that means we have 1 whole, 2 whole, that's 8 fourths, 3 wholes, and what 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 3, right? And I'll show you how we map that out visually as well with some diagrams. But that's the way I like to think of it. Here are the whole numbers. I have 3 wholes, or I could say, how many times does 4 go into 15 without going over? I can multiply 4 by 3, that gives us 12 fourths plus 3 more. So that's why we get 3 3/4. 16 fourths, we've got 4 sets of the whole. So that's 4 over 4, which is 1 whole, 4 times over. We can also use what the fraction says, because 16 over 4 means 16 divide 4. And if we get a whole number, then we're having a great time. So there's a few ways that we can do this. So if I'm going to have 3 and 1/5, I can work out, let's see, 5 fifths, 3 times over is 15 fifths. But there's actually a little bit of a shortcut. So you might have seen people do this and this. So the answer is 5 times 3, because that's how many sets of 5 over 5 I have, plus that 1 more fifth that we want to get in the end. And that means 15 plus 1/5, these are all fifths, or 16 fifths. So that's sort of the shortcut version and really useful. You multiply the denominator by the whole number, and then you just add that 1 more fifth onto that. If we're going to do 11 over 4, so we've got 11 fourths. We could think about it as, what can I break 11 fourths into that I can divide by 4? All right. So 11 fourths is really 8 plus 3 fourths, and 8 over 4 is 2 and 3/4. That's another way to think about it. Or you can say again, how many times 4 times what will get me close to less than or equal to 11. 4 times 3 is too big. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. So that means that 2 is our whole number. And what's the difference between 11 and 8? That's 3, and that gives us our top number. Now, converting this one to a mixed number, and here's the kicker, in its simplest form, means that we'll do the conversion first. Which way shall we do it? I think we'll do, how many times does 6 go into 20? Or 20 divide 6 is 3. That's 18, remainder 2. 2 what's? 2 sixths. So we could do that. Or you could do in your head, as I said, 6 times what will get me close to, but not go over. I should change that to less than or equal to 20. It doesn't make it to 20, but it gets close, and we got that remainder. So we've got 3 and 2 sixths. Of course, we know that 2 sixths, if we divide both the top and the bottom by 2, the same number, we get an equivalent fraction, and that gives us 1/3. So therefore, our answer is 3 and 1/3 in simplest form.